question things, okay? Now, when you get a test, when I give you a test, when any of your teachers give you a test, what kind of questions do you see?
Review, say review.
Review any subject.
Like different ones when you go to your class.
Are they different? Okay. What I
Step-by-step
find
questions.
myself doing is giving you questions that, like, I'm gonna give you information about archetypes, and then I want you to spit that information back to me. So I'm gonna say, here are the 7 plot archetypes. Your questions are gonna be list the plot archetypes. And that is at the bottom level of our questioning triangle, right? I'll go ahead and pass this out so you can have something to look at while I'm
Like a repetitive question.
not a repetitive. It's one that recalls facts. Fill out your book, okay? Yeah, there should be a pencil in the thing on my desk. Okay?
We're gonna have to write.
Yeah, but just on this, and you get to work with a partner. But let's get through this, okay, so we can, talk about it. So if you look at the bottom of the triangle, this is called Bloom's taxonomy, okay? Bloom was a, psychologist, psychiatrist. He was really focused on the way people think and learn. And the most basic question that you can ask somebody is to give them information and ask them to repeat what you just said. So that would be at the bottom, remember. Now, is it challenging to have to remember something?
Can be.
It can be, but it's pretty basic, right? Matthew, remember this number.
Oh, this is good.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. That's easy.
What was the number?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's this question. Okay. It's a basic bottom of the triangle question. You're recalling facts and basic concepts, and a question may say, define these words. Duplicate what I've just shown you. List the reasons. Memorize something. Repeat this. State something. So that's at the very bottom of the triangle. What's right above it? Understand. So if you are able to remember and repeat something, then you can move up to the next level where you actually understand something. And a question might say, classify this list. Describe the photo. Discuss the differences between these two things. Explain, identify, locate, recognize, report, select, or translate. And so that is the very next level, to understand. And the one right above that. Yes, thank you, Jake. Apply. So they want you to take this information that you now remember and understand and apply it to something. Execute, implement, solve. All of those math problems where they say solve for blah, blah, blah. That is an application question. Use, demonstrate, interpret, operate, schedule, sketch. Now, once you get past these bottom 3 tiers of questions, you get to what is called the higher level questions. Higher order thinking, okay? If you can get beyond this, then you're well on your way. What is the next level? Analyze. Flip your paper over, and there's an example of an analyzed question. Compare and contrast 2 ruler archetype characters in The Walking Dead. That is an analyze question because you have to look at the characteristics of one and look at the characteristics of the other and compare the two. That is an analysis. If you are able to do that, that is a higher order thinking process. What's above that? Evaluate. Evaluating means that you justify something. You appraise, argue, defend, judge, select, support, value, critique, or weigh. When is the last time you were asked an evaluation question?
Probably one.
The writing thing. Flip over and look at my example. What is the example? Matthew, you gonna read it for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Read the two pro/con articles about the delayed school start time. Decide which side you agree with and then support your position with evidence to the text.
Okay. Now, who can tell me why that is an evaluation
You
question?
got to come up with one.
Okay, you have to come up with your own support. You are supporting, you are defending what you think, right?
We can choose too.
You have to make a choice.
Try to push it on the other.
Yes. So that is definitely an evaluation. Now, at the very top of the triangle,
Great. See, I think that's easy. Create your own questions.
create means to produce new or original work. And that's actually the hardest thing to do. You can, it's really easy to look at something that somebody else has done and talk about it. But for you to come up with something on your own that's original, creative, outside the box, that is difficult. And so once you get up the triangle to the top, once you are able to remember, to understand, to apply, to analyze, to evaluate, then you can be ready to create. Now, do you have to go through all these steps to get there? Not necessarily. There are people who are in kindergarten that are really good at creating, right? But in order to have the best creation that you can, it's better to follow rules. So if you want to create, that would be a question that said something like design, assemble, construct, conjecture, develop, formulate, author, or investigate. So at the bottom of Bloom's taxonomy are remember, understand, and apply. These are basic questions that ask students the following questions. Did you get the information? Can you recall it as it was given to you? And can you use it in a new situation? That's basically the bottom of the pyramid. That forms your base.
Oh. Is this supposed to say base?
It says basic, but basic comes from the word base.
I thought it said dash. I'll see it now.
Higher order thinking questions are at the top. Analyze, evaluate, create. These questions are the ones that require more effort. You do have to think. These are the ones that when I assign, people grumble and complain, Ms. Chesnut. They're normally not the multiple choice questions. These are the open response questions. You see how that is? Do you also? Good. It's more difficult to learn. It's also more difficult for me to teach. But it's more valuable because can you think of a job where you might have to remember something? That's your only thing you have to do is to remember. Maybe a factory. Maybe if you have to type all day, what you need to know is how to type. You have to remember how to type.
Maybe an accountant, you have to remember a bunch of numbers.
Okay, if you're an accountant, you might have to remember certain formulas or rules. Teacher, yeah, I have to remember a lot of
You
stuff.
have to do all that, don't you?
And I'm really bad at
An
remembering.
athlete, you gotta remember plays.
Right.
Athlete remember plays. So, but is that an athlete's only job? Is that a teacher's only job? Is that a lawyer's, or did you say lawyer? Accountant, is that an accountant's only job?
No.
No, they have to move on up.
But yeah, each step is special.
Yes, moving on up. So flip your paper back over
Wait, which side?
to this. I also had an example for a create question. And let's take a look at that. So back in over Christmas, we read the Crucible, right?
Yeah.
So what if I had given you a question like this? Design and construct a scene from the Crucible. The construction can be 2 or 3 dimensional, but should encompass the mood of the scene you're creating.
Why would we create like our own scene that didn't happen, or like recreate a scene?
Recreate a scene.
I'm doing what
You were doing the hanging scene. Would that be something fun? Is it more difficult though than bubbling in the bubble sheet? Yeah.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
What if you're not a creative person? Maybe.
I do this thing where
It requires the use of these other skills. You have to remember the scene. Austin did a good job of that. He said he would use the scene where they were hanged. It requires them to understand. What was the mood of that scene, Austin?
What?
Do you remember the mood of that scene?
People were like happy.
Yes, the people that were watching what happened they were fired up, excited, in a frenzy. For the people who were being hanged, sad.
How popular was that movie? In school?
I don't know about the movie, the book. It's always been I feel like everybody reads that at some point in time. So the point is that when you get to the creative top of your pyramid, you have to use these other things to complete. So, what I want you all to do is to create some of these higher order thinking questions. I want you to get a partner so you can work with them.
And we help me write.
Yeah. So, go ahead. I'm going to give you like a minute to find your partner. Okay?
You have a partner?
Come on, we got to get this moving, okay? We only have like 7 minutes left. Okay? Partners. Matthew, are you moving over somewhere?
I don't know.
Probably going to join them. And you two.
Hey,
and
you gotta be
you
in
two.
Jacob Parent.
No, because they've got a group of 3. So come over with Austin.
We have a cereal
Oh,
bar.
there's 3 over there? Oh, okay.
A Chesnut here.
Matt, you gonna do some work?
I'm not right.
Yeah.
I will help you write. Okay, guys, now that we've got our group sorted out, listen for your continued instruction. I want these questions that you create to be about Pygmalion. Okay? They can be about Pygmalion the play. They can be about Pygmalion, the myth that we read from Ovid's Metamorphosis. It can be about anything to do with the play that you want, anything about Pygmalion. Come up with at least one analyze, one evaluate, and one create question. Okay? One of each. Do you have any questions? Okay, get started.